Hello, it is July 10th. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. We made it. All right. So I know I only have about 5 minutes left in July 10th, but we're here. We're starting the project and we're going to keep on going. So happy Friday. Tonight, I'm going to show you a fun fold gift card holder. How about that? All right, so you come to see the project, so let's get rolling. Let me share my screen. Thank you. I am Brenda Sellers here in Knoxville, Tennessee. So thank you for coming to see what we're doing today. All right, we are using a stitched season suite. So it's got all of this fun stuff in it. So we're going to lay part of this to the side for right now, and we're going to do our cutting first. So we're going to start with real red, and we're going to make our card base. I got this idea, and I'm going to give her credit, from Susan Webster from Pumpkin Hill Stampers. So we're going to cut this piece of paper into 4 1/4. Cardstock rather. So cut it at 4 1/4. And then we need 5 1/2 because this is going to be our card base. We're going to lay this to the side because we're going to use it. And then this is going to be our fun Z fold, and it needs to be 9 inches. So we need to open the arm on our cutter or trimmer. 9 inches. And now we have those 2 pieces that are extra. This piece is going to get scored at 3 while we've got it on the trimmer. So park the dark. We don't want to cut it. We want, thank you, Julie, for that saying. That helps me so much. I'm going to score it at 3 and again at 6. This is one of the best trimmers for measuring for card makers that I have seen in a long time. Let me pull up my webpage over here to see if anybody's with us. Oh. I can see comments. There we go. No comments yet. There, now I can see them. So 3 and 6, we've got it scored. So we're going to lay it with its friend over here. And then we're going to get a piece of designer series paper. This is from a stitched season. It needs to start at 4 inches. So let's cut it at 4. Already did. Okay. And then we need a piece that is 5 1/4. And we need a piece that is 2 3/4. We need a piece that is 3 by 3 1/4. And all of that is scrap. All right, we've done. Oh, we need to trim, or I'm sorry, score this piece on the 3 3/4 side. Score it at 1/4 of an inch. And then we're going to score the other side 3 inches. So basically 1/4 of an inch on both sides. If you are using your paper trimmer, not your paper trimmer, your scoreboard, you could just do it at 3, and you can start at 1/4 and then 3 inches. All right. Oh, we need a liner at 4. So we're going to cut this piece of basic white at 4 inches. Let's do it this way. Lay this handy dandy little chair over there by 2 3/4. All right, now we are ready to assemble and have some fun stamping. So let's start with our base. This is scrap. If we want to use it later, we can. So I'll lay it up there. Here's our base. This is going to go right here. Could use that side if you wanted to. Gosh, now I don't know what I want to do. I think I'm going to use the candy canes. That's what I wanted to start with. We're using candy canes. Straight across the middle. If you have common borders on 3 sides, you know it's going to be okay over here. All right. And then we're going to lay that to the side for a minute, or the top, and we're going to use our bone folder and we're going to score this into a Z. All right. And this is going to go right here. I'm glad I used the candy canes. All right, so before we put that on, let's go ahead and put these pieces where they belong. This one's going to go right here. And it looks like I need a new blade and my paper trimmer. That looks a little fuzzy. Becky, I turned it over for you. It's a little joke I have, and I know that I'm probably not the only one that turns cardstock over, even if it doesn't have a stamp on the other side. It's just the way we roll. And this larger piece is going to go right here. So we're decorating up our Z before we put it on. All right, and I'm going to fold these on the score lines. And then pull in the bone folder. And this I scored it on the correct side. It goes like this. Silly me. All right, here is a gift card. Yes, it will still fit. So before we put that on, let me grab a circle punch. Let's make a little notch between those score lines. It can be any size circle punch. You happen to have 2 inch because it was close. Now let's put some adhesive on these sides and across. And for that, I'm going to use glue. Hey, Chris. We do want it to stay on the card. So, but you also don't want it to squeeze out. And then this goes right here. Bring it down for a few minutes. And yes, our gift card will still fit in there. That one's blank and I leave it on this desk for this very reason. Now let's add some ribbon around this because I feel it will make it just so cute. We want enough to tie. Equal sides or sizes. Okay. Let's put some glue all over this. I know I typically use more seal than I do glue, but I want this to stay on my card in all kinds of humidity. And I learned this from a friend. If you put globs in the corners, you've got a little bit better wiggle room. All right, so right over our ribbon. There we go. Hold it in place. And actually, I'm going to slide it to the top and I'm going to lay a block on it. That'll hold it down. I have a friend. Now, let's stamp some other fun little things. Let's stamp to you and yours. And let's stamp that first. No, we got a large tag. Okay, let's see if it'll fit in there. There's the stitch stocking dies. Yep, it'll fit in that one. So let's die cut this. My die cut machine is sitting right here. It kind of just opened it up all by itself, didn't it? It says, I don't need you to make sure I'm open. I'll do it myself. I do need to make sure nothing's under it over there. All right. Feel like I'm a little bit discombobulated. Little red. I need something else on my desk. I think I do too. I was just thinking of that earlier today. It's like, golly, I need to just either build some shelves up or you know what? We've got some L brackets, and I may just, since it's raining here this weekend, I may say, honey, I need some shelves so I can get this stuff off the corner of the desk so I can display it right there on the side. That is probably dry. It is. So we're going to put it on here like so. And then that will tie right there. Let's do dimensions. When I was in the other room, I had the whole side of a 5-foot desk. And then the computer was like up in front of me, and I just felt like I had more space. And all my stuff was directly behind me. In this room, I'm on a smaller desk when I do my videos, and I feel like I'm always getting up to go get something. Hello, Renee. How are you? It is, what time is it there? I was going to try to do the math in my head, but yeah, not doing that. And where did I put the buttons? Right here. Let's go ahead and tie this. So you've got your spot for your gift card right here. You got your spot for your message. So let's tie this. My friend Jeannie is going to love this bow. You don't have a clear inch on your desk. You know what? I feel very fortunate if I have the whole grid mat. Okay, that's really loose. Hang on. Hang on, let's put it up there. It usually ties pretty easy. 2 p.m. on Saturday. Okay. Use the tweezers to hold this, right? There we go. Well, that's an accomplishment, Carol. I wish I would have had time to do that. Okay. It's held tight. Just wrap the ears, Brenda. Just wrap the ears. Those legs are really long, so let's trim them just a tad. And do we want red or white buttons? Or does it need them? Can't believe there's so many people up this late with me. Hello, Adrian. I know there's a little bit of a delay, so I'm waiting to see if we want red or white buttons. And then I'll untie it and show you the inside again. It's so cute. I loved it when I saw the one from Susan Webster. I thought, oh, we can do this. White on the ends with a little bit of sparkle. Yeah, the friend it says it's 2 p.m. Saturday is in Australia. Now it's gonna go. Okay, so if you untie it, then you pull it, voila, and you've got a gift card holder. How about that? And then it's still dressy, even though it's got some little stringies. And let's do a little extra. Let's just put a little flourish in the corner. Ha ha ha. Gonna stamp off though. Real red. Oh, that dresses it up nicely. And then if you had your envelope handy, you could do the same thing on your envelope. And I would suggest stamping on this before you put it on your card. But got ahead of ourselves, and that's okay. Hey, 42 pounds of photos. That's a lot of pictures. All right, how about, now let's see if we can tie this again. Tweezers, Brenda, tweezers. Hold it tight. Okay, and it tied better that time. And that can tuck under the button or under the, how about that? So come back tomorrow to see what we're doing for that. So we've done cards, we've done this gift card holder, done pouches, we've done gift tags. I don't know what's planned for tomorrow. We'll see. All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for staying up late with me. Let's stop. Do that. Thank you guys. Yay. And see that bow, the second bow was much better than the first bow. Thank you, Chris. I don't think I've ever used my tweezers to hold that. I know everybody says to, but I've not done it. So maybe my goal for this weekend is to get me a little bit more space on here and have more things closer to me instead of having to jump up and run. All right. Have a good night, and I will see you again tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.